All right, Paintball World, welcome to the 2011 Paintball Sports Promotion World Cup. We are here in Lakeland, Florida at the Fantasy of Flight. I am Matty Marshall. I'm up here with Steve Arabakoff, and we are about to watch first matchup of Saturday's competition. Tampa Bay Damage going to be taking on London Nexus. We're really looking forward to seeing this game. In fact, really looking forward to seeing all the games today and tomorrow. This is the World Cup. This is why everyone plays paintball. You play paintball so that one day you're going to have a chance to get out here on this field of competition and throw down against the world's best and see what you're made of, and that's what we're going to see today and tomorrow. Steve, what do you think about this matchup? You got London coming out of Europe. They've had a pretty good season, kind of stumbled at the end there in the Millennium, ended up taking 6th overall, but they have two of the best players from the Tauntauns playing for them, one on the Dorito side, and arguably Europe's potentially their best snake player, Axel. He's going to be on the snake side. Now they're facing Tampa Bay Damage. Tampa Bay Damage has been on a tear this year. They won the last event.
Yeah, we're getting ready to start here, so we'll get to that in a sec.
So here we go. You are looking at, that is London Nexus on your screen right now. Good cross-field spread as they are able to get penetration both sides of the field. They get into Snake 1 and Dorito 1.
And it looks like Nexus has lost their snake player on the break there, Snake 1, and here Damage goes here at 50 Snake.
Yeah, Damage all the way down past the 50-yard line. You're looking at right now on your screen. Look at that. Great job. Seizes that opportunity. Knows that they lost. That Nexus lost their snake player, and now no one is stopping him. So it's Holiday, Daniel Holiday, number 23.
Oh, and he's going to work there.
Yeah, he's just blazing people down on that Dorito side. Nice job by Holiday. One of the most underrated players in the game. Takes out another Nexus player there.
And going for the last G.
So Tampa Bay Damage, that I was joking with them actually earlier. It's quite cold here in Florida. This is actually the coldest morning that I can remember here at this particular event. Can you remember? I mean,
16 years of World Cup, and I don't remember wearing a sweatshirt in the morning. So, but it's it's getting warmer in the days, but in the morning, in the afternoon, the mornings have just been like way too cold for me.
I know, and it's funny because I was talking to Florida boys who just came out and played a stunning first point against Nexus and took them down. Made very, very short work of Nexus, and I was kind of joking like, "Hey, you guys are ready to play in this cold?" And they were like all huddled up in their hoodies and shivering.
They were, and I'm earlier in the week, Tuesday or Wednesday, we had 85-degree weather here.
Yeah.
This little tropical storm came in and left us with a little bit cool weather. I mean, it's great for the players, but for us sitting up here. 30, 40 feet up in and
the
as
air.
paint manufacturers, it's been interesting.
Yeah.
Because, again, we come to World Cup expecting it to be 85, 90, humid.
And very humid, and it's very crisp. The air is dry.
Every team wants brittle paint, and then here comes the weather, and we're all looking at each other going,
yeah. How do you, as a paint manufacturer, and I'm glad that you're able to come up here with us, and you're working at this event, but it's like you got to do double duty with the webcast. But I mean, how do you handle that situation? We got about 42 seconds to go for the start of this next point.
You have to assume, you got to make, you guys paint manufacturers, we have to make paint that's going to be for all situations, all possible situations. So and you got to hope that you have the right paint for those situations, and I'm sure every manufacturer's been working and getting hardly any sleep trying to figure out how to, and it's working for everybody. We're all getting through it, but it's been interesting.
Yeah. All right, so we got about
and both these teams are shooting GI Sports as a matter of fact this morning. So
it's great paint, man. And we got about 15 seconds to go for the start of this next point. Let's see if Nexus can get something going here. Slow start for them. They lost their snake player off the break,
and they played good yesterday. They had Infamous on the ropes there.
Yeah, they did. They played Infamous into overtime, and now you're looking. That is Tampa Bay Damage on your screen right now as the teams have switched sides. And so cross-field spread, real good. Look at this, though. Penetration on the Dorito side, and Nexus just struggling off the break, Steve.
Yeah, they're losing their guys quickly, which is for Damage, getting those quick Gs.
It's crucial, especially in the this is the first game of the day. It is a little bit cold out there, and you're trying to get that momentum going. You're trying to get hyped up and get ready to play these points. And Damage just come out stunning immediately. And really, it's the story of the first couple points is that they're able to shoot guys off the break. And this is a field where, this isn't one of those fields where you're seeing a ton of guys die off the break. Because that back center, you can't really stop back there. You notice in that back center,
you can't stay back there too long.
No, you can't. It's a tiny pin. It's just one little pin. There's not. You can't. No one's tripling up the back center.
Poor Dave Baines, man. He's got to get out there real quick.
Yeah, Dave Baines, who playing on Tampa Bay Damage, Dave Bain's a real big addition to the team this year. We always joke, it's like, they won that last event. Dave Bain shot a lot of guys off the break. As you're watching Brown just do work right now for Tampa Bay Damage, we always joke, it's like, that's why you pay Dave Baines.
Yeah.
But Dave Bain's going to have kind of a hard time here, as there's not a lot of backs places for him to put that big turd of a gun of his. And look at this, it's just all Tampa Bay Damage this morning, as they are having a really good, doing a really good job here in the hometown crowd.
They're shutting down the snake side here for Nexus. The snake guys can't live at all. So they're putting their guns, getting them G's on the break, and you shoot G1, G2 on this field, it should be game over.
Absolutely, and it's interesting though. Tampa Bay Damage coming off the win from the New Jersey event. They played Dynasty in the finals, beat them down solidly, and I think the Tampa Bay Damage, they're a little frustrated, not with their performance, but with, I think they don't feel they get the respect they deserve. Yeah. And I think they're a little bit sensitive to that. And hey, if I was them, I would be too. Because if anyone deserves respect right now, it's Tampa Bay Damage.
No, they've definitely worked for it and have earned it. Like you said, they feel a little slighted sometimes. And I think the only way to fix that is to just come out and win.
Yeah, and it's...
and they're doing that so far. And in this bracket, you have Damage, you have the Russians, they're both 2-0. You have Nexus, who's 0-2, but they could easily be 1-1. And they played the Russians tough yesterday for the first 3 or 4 points, and then obviously the Russians started wearing on them. But this bracket, if you can get
brutal.
out, it's brutal.
Bracket.
But back to Damage, they definitely are here to tell everybody, hey, we are the team to beat here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's look at this breakout here on this, and you're looking at it. Now look at that. They put 2 guns up in the back, and they get that penetration out there on the snake side. Immediately gunned up. Now you're looking at the opposite side of the field. One in that back center, and they get that cross-field spread. You're looking at Nexus, but they're just losing players off the break. So though it is kind of a risky play, keeping 2 guns in that back center, it's working out for Damage. Now what the opposing teams are going to have to do is, if you're scouting Damage, you're scouting teams out here, and they're keeping those guys in that back center gunned up, you really got to throw paint back, because there's not a lot of places for them to hide. You clip a couple guys in that back center, and they're not going to be able to do that anymore.
Nexus needs to do something, because basically Damage right now is standing at will wherever they want so far in the first 2 points.
And it's like you said, hey, you want to earn respect with the guns. Yeah. And that's what Tampa Bay Damage is doing. It's funny, the Dude Dirter film just came out, and Dave Baines was joking about how I was about to watch the breakout, but how Brandon Short had said that, hey, Damage is giving us games now, and they used to be our whooping boys. And, they kind of took a little bit of offense to that. As well, maybe they should, as we're watching still, just having a really hard time staying alive off the break is the snake player for Nexus.
And look, Damage, Holiday's back in their 50 snake, and he's just going to work again. Nexus cannot live.
No.
Their snake player cannot make it out here.
They have not had 5 guys alive. You can see, look, they're going in the box, and they're yelling at their guys, and really frustrated right now at their performance, just not being able to keep any bodies alive. It's just been all Tampa Bay Damage so far this match, as the last player is going to have to tap out. So nice job again by Holiday, number 23. As you're watching him walk to the flag, as that flag's going to be grabbed by Chad Boussier. And, look, I think this speaks to the depth of the Tampa Bay Damage lineup. You're looking at that team now. They had injuries with, like, El Yusuf got hurt. He's here this event. But Holiday is a role player. He can be all over the field. But a lot of times we see Timmy Probst getting in the snake or up the center. I mean, they have a lot of these guys
I
that can
see
play
Brian
everywhere.
Smith in there yet.
Yeah, Brian Smith is. I mean, when Brian Smith wants to play awesome paintball,
he's
my
there.
God, he is just.
He's a baller.
He really can. He steps. I mean, Brian Smith is one of those guys that I remember Chicago a couple years ago. My God, dude, he looked amazing. It was just one of those phenomenal performances where he couldn't do no wrong. So our score is now 3-0 with 16-17 left on the clock.
I think.
Well, we'll get to that sec, Steve. It looks like we have a highlight from that last point here. Let's check it out. You're watching Chad Boussier walk off the field. See, look at this. The frustration of London Nexus just trying to get bodies out and trying to get some sort of distance covered off the break. They're just not able to do it. They're stuck doing damage control. Look at this. Running out to that back corner. He's already getting shot at and tries to get his gun up. And and it's just they're not able to do much. That's the problem, is that Tampa Bay Damage is doing a really good job of shooting guys off the break. They obviously did their homework on this field. They're not letting London Nexus play paintball, essentially.
They have not played paintball, and I think Nexus needs to say, hey, we need to get to the snake. Let's go secondary. They keep sending him. He keeps running out here. One, he's running with his head down. He needs to pop his head up.
Absolutely.
And he needs to maybe go secondary into those positions because he's not making him now. So if it's not working, stop it.
Yeah.
And go tell your coach, this isn't working. Can we try something different? The middle of the field hasn't been touched by Nexus at all. They need to figure something out real quick.
Yeah, they do.
They're going to take a beat down early in the morning. That's not what you want to wake up and do.
And they need to win. This is a must-win situation for them. They lost 2 matches yesterday. They did go to overtime, so that's going to give them a point. Should there be some sort of tiebreaker? But they played. They did play really solid paintball yesterday. They played a strong LA Infamous team that's underperformed this year into overtime. They ended up losing that match. And then they also played a really strong Russian Legion team. That's a hard bracket to come into. And now we're watching the breakout.
And he gets eliminated again.
Yeah,
he's done. He's gone again.
So Nexus
loses your snake player. You better get your gun and get off the field.
Yeah, and then it looks like another referee is trying to get in there, call another one. No, it looks like they have 4 alive. So London Nexus with 4 players alive, and also looks like they shot a Tampa Bay Damage player off the break. So Tampa Bay Damage.
That's their first shot, elimination they've got in 3 games.
Is that their first elimination?
So that's it.
Wow. So finally somebody gets a kill on Nexus. And now they're pushing down that Dorito side. You're looking at your screen right now as London Nexus is starting to push their advantage down the Dorito side of the field. They're into Dorito, 50-yard line Dorito and Dorito 1.
But here comes Damage down into the Snake 1, and Nexus is going to kind of leave this door open. They had him. The door's kind of kicked in. They need to stomp on it.
Yeah, this is a huge point. We talk about that 3-point spread all the time. Paintball, a game of momentum. It's a game of ebb and flow. And right now, the flow is in the direction, for this particular point at least, of London Nexus. But they need to capitalize on that.
If Nexus's guy at the tower doesn't get his act together real quick, Brian's going to come down the Snake side and fix that for him.
Yeah, and exactly. And you're looking at Brian Smith right now, and he's talking to his guys. Communication, such an integral part of this game. And you look at the difference between really experienced players and experienced teams. A lot of times it is communication. So right now, Smith in there going to work, and he's going to have to get a couple kills right here to try to get back in this match.
But if he gets down to Snake 50 here, it's gonna be bad news for Nexus. Nexus, their tower player needs to start doing something. It looks like he's messing with his gun or his loader.
I think right now we're looking at a 3-on-3 situation. It looks like Nexus had lost a body, so they have 3 players. They're all on the Dorito side of the field. So Brian Smith is all by himself here in the Snake, and he's going to want to get across and try to get down and spread the field and increase those angles. You can see him, he's just chilling in there. Now, the thing is, though, is he knows they're up 3 points. He knows Nexus needs to come. Nexus needs to aggressively push into Tampa Bay Damage's line.
It looks like Damage. Someone have a penalty?
Yeah, it looks like Tampa Bay Damage got a minor penalty.
Yeah, they did. So they have a guy coming out here.
And now they're going to be up a body with the penalty player coming out of the box. Let's see who it was. I think it might have been Dave Baines in that back, but I couldn't quite tell. No. It's actually, it was the...
And Nexus makes a move. The guy from the tower did come over to the Snake side here.
Look at this. Brian Smith is just feasting over here on the Snake side of the field as he gets a couple quick kills to polish off the last remaining Nexus players left on the field, and you can just see a dejected Nexus as they walk back to their pits, and they've got to be disappointed with their performance so far, and in a point that they looked like they were going to win. And it was a penalty early on Damage that we didn't pick up. It must have been off the break. And Nexus just not able to capitalize on it. We talk about that 3-point spread. Now it's going to go to 4-0. And though there is a ton of time, you're looking at, there's Brian Smith right there, phenomenal, very underrated player, which still, I don't know how he's underrated. He's not underrated with his peers. Everyone that's a top player and plays on the pros.
He kind of keeps to himself.
He's a very quiet guy. He doesn't talk about himself a lot, not in the media a lot. And
he's a consistent, solid player that gives you what you need as a team. As a coach, I would have loved to coach that guy because he just gives you consistency, doesn't complain much.
Exactly. All right, let's check out. They're looking at the replay. There's Brian Smith in the bottom part of your screen. Boom, jumps across that gap. And then over there on the left-hand part of your screen, trying to do damage control. London Nexus gliding out to that insert bunker, but Smith had picked him up already, and he had already shot cross field to that 50-yard line Dorito. So nice job by Brian Smith, proving again why he's one of the best snake players in the business. And Damage also proving why they're one of the best teams in the business as they go up 4-0 against a pretty strong Nexus squad. I mean, I was talking to Jamie Abbott, who's a longtime Nexus player. He's actually out on an injury. His knee blew out his knee, so that's unfortunate for him and the team. But I was talking to him about their squad and about how they've been doing this year, and they had a really strong year over in Europe, but kind of ended up falling
Paris,
on their faces.
Paris was,
Paris.
I was there in Paris, and I watched them from the previous event, which they looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then this last event, they just didn't look like the team that they were earlier. So they've had a great year over there, but it kind of didn't finish off the way they wanted to. And they made their way over here, and after yesterday, I'm thinking they're probably thinking, hey, we did pretty good yesterday. When they had their opportunities against the Infamous, they definitely had their chances.
Yeah, but didn't capitalize ultimately, you know, and almost does not work in paintball.
No.
It's good to pat yourself on the back, be like, oh, we played a great game against these guys, we played a great game against those guys, but ultimately
they better get their heads up real fast.
Yeah, there's still 13 minutes left in this game. They could come back. But the way they've been playing so far, and the problem is that Damage has not let Nexus play paintball. And with that last point was the only point that Nexus has had a chance so far. And then Brian Smith steps up and has a great game.
Yeah.
All right, so crossfield spread. Right now, you're looking at Nexus on your screen.
And it looks like Damage did lose a player on the break there. That's 2 players they lost, so Nexus has an opportunity here, and 3 players.
Oh, yeah, it's not looking good for Damage. This is just Dave Baines, and I think that's Timmy Probe still alive for Tampa Bay Damage. 2 players, and they don't have anyone on the snake side of the field, so Nexus is really going to have to capitalize on that. Let's see if they can get some sort of offensive momentum going over here.
Is that Severus? He's probably so shaky about going into the snake as he hasn't lived at all. He's like, I don't know if I want to move just yet.
I'm still alive, and we've had 30 seconds go by at this point.
If he gets to the snake, this will be his point they live.
Oh, look at this. Dave Baines comes out, so I think here we go. Finally, London Nexus with 4 players swarming on the last player left alive for Tampa Bay Damage. Timmy Probst in the back corner, and he is going to get a couple shots right there to his face, as looks like Devin Stutz is able to take him out. So nice job by Devin Stutz, number 77 for London Nexus, the only American player on that squad, and works for Die Precision and makes the trip across the pond. Actually, he lives in Asia, so he has to go the opposite direction in order to get to Europe. But yeah, so nice job by Nexus to get on the board here with 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go. So we got, could have ourselves a match here,
and the last 2 points, they again, woulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda. They should have won that last point, but they didn't.
Yeah, this game should be 3-2 right now.
Should be 3-2. So they're starting to figure it out, and now they're getting the G's on the break. Now they're pushing Damage off the corners. Now both Damage players got eliminated, Snake corner and Dorito corner. So they're trying to figure out their shots. So we'll see what they got in the tank here.
Yeah, and I think that's the good call. What do they have in the tank? All right, let's check out the replay here. And you're looking at the breakout now. Boom, there it is. It's London Nexus, 5 players alive, and doubling up that back center. And that is a risky play. You can't spend very much time there. Boom, and then they're able to make that play out, or make the jump out. Now you're looking at Tampa Bay Damage, and big wide spread for them, taking back both back corners, and then immediately getting Big Dave Baines up to that stand-up temple. But they're going to lose a couple players real quick. Boom, they lose their Dorito. Boom, they lose the cake as well. And then trying to do damage control, Timmy Probst gets out to the back corner, which they lost as well. So yeah, they lost 3 guys pretty much within the first 10 seconds of that point.
And look what they finally did with Tavares. They pulled him short, and he lived. Shot his gun instead of trying to run to the corners. The first 3 points. Honestly, they should have known that yesterday.
Yeah.
Playing against the Russians, that you can't do that over and over.
Maybe it was working for them. It's tough to tell, because everyone scouts everyone, and you don't want to show. You have to obviously be putting the best game plans out there you think is going to give you the best chance for success.
Absolutely.
However, you do that knowing everyone's watching every point, or they should be at least.
Yeah.
All right, so about 5 seconds to go. The score is 4-1 in favor of Tampa Bay Damage. We're looking at Damage right now. There's Brown digging all the way into Snake, one off the break. Such a good pickup for Tampa Bay Damage. I really like the way that kid plays. and immediately gets in there. He listens to his coach. Look at all those streams. Look at that coming into him. Lots of guys shooting at him there. Back center, stand up, Temple there.
It's 4-on-4. Both teams eliminated one player each.
And you see Devin Stutz blowing paint up right there. And it's again, it's that cold morning.
Yeah.
It's tough. And but it's the razor's edge too. I'd rather break a couple in my gun and never bounce one on you than have it the opposite way.
That's the edge that you want. Some guys were telling me yesterday they wanted more bounces. I've never heard that.
I'd be like, wait, what? What?
More bounces? Like Nick Slowiak said it best. He goes, "Hey, I don't mind a couple." Because I want to when I shoot him, I want it to break.
Yeah, man.
And every team out here wants that. You got to have it. That's the edge you need.
Yeah, and look at this. It's just London Nexus just having a hard time staying alive. Now they're having a hard time staying alive in their bunkers. And Brown starting to do work over here on the snake side of the field to the 50-yard line. And he is going to try to wrap around, but right now he's just chilling because he's got a gun on him cross field. And it's Dorito 1 who's got a good angle on him right now. So Brown is going to get his gun up. Then you're looking right now. That is the Dorito. You can see as he kind of tucks in there. Brown almost got a shot on him. And Devin Stutz is going to have to get his gun up.
He thought about it. He thought about, should I move? But he didn't. Now he got eliminated. I can see that.
He was like, oh my God, what should I do? Yeah, so Devin's going to get taken out. And then Clint Moore, one of the leaders for a longtime player on Nexus, the last player left alive. Clint gets taken out. And really frustrating performance so far from London Nexus, as we have 10 minutes to go here, and the score is going to be 5-1. Again, this is a race to 7 here at the 2011 PSP World Cup. And in case you just tuned in, you're watching Tampa Bay Damage take on London Nexus. I'm Matty Marshall. I'm up here with paintball legend Steve Rabikoff. And it is chilly. It's still chilly.
Damage was staying on the field, just eating up the clock, and Nexus didn't pay attention and just.
They need every second.
They need every second, especially down 5-1. You can't let 15 or 20 seconds go right now. So
no. Every single second counts. Again, still a lot of time left on the clock. I mean, there's definitely possible to score 4 points in 10 minutes. But they really are going to have to go back to what's working. Here, let's check out the replay. That's Brown as he gets past the 50-yard line and then able to get a shot cross field. You can see Devin Stutz. He's coming off from that stand-up Temple for Nexus, and Tampa Bay Damage just swarming the field. Nice job by Brown. Look at that. He did his job. He got into Snake 1. He chilled out. See, a lot of times you're going to see this all weekend. You do the best way to play as the first guy in the Snake. If you're that one, you're the first guy in to either the Snake or the Dorito. You get in a spot. You really got it. You're looking at Brown. There's Keith Brown right there.
You get in there and take a deep breath.
Yeah, take a deep breath.
And you know that they're shooting at you. You know everyone's screaming, he's in the Snake, he's in the Snake.
Yeah.
You know guns are going to turn at you. Take a deep breath, relax. Let the game happen because they're going to turn their guns, let your Dorito side get going, and your guys in the middle. But a lot of guys I was watching here on this field and a lot of divisional fields, they get in there and they want to pop up and save the world and just get Cyclops right in the face.
Yeah, and that's such a that's a momentum killer right there.
It is.
You get in that spot and you look at the damage right there. There's Holiday, Timmy Probst, and Jason Edwards, and again. Rocking the Spence headbands for Alex Spence. Unfortunately, he's fighting through cancer. One of the great players on their team, and our thoughts go out to him. And so in that you get in that Snake 1, you really just need to chill out in there for a little bit. I mean, obviously you need to go to work, but the time to go to work is not the first 10-15 seconds after you slide in, because everyone's going to be shooting at you.
Yeah, let it happen. And I tell a lot of teams to ask advice. What should I work on? Well, work on getting to these. When you get to these key 50 bunkers or these key spots on the field, don't force it. Let the game happen.
Yeah.
Use your ears. Listen to the game. The guns, they'll tell you which way they're shooting.
That's such an important point too. Use your ears. It's more than just getting in there, seeing what's happening. No, you have to. You can hear. You should be able to listen. Okay.
Especially the snake player.
Especially the Snake player, because your face is in the dirt a lot. So you have to really train your mind to be taking all those different variables and all that information in from sources that aren't necessarily coming just from your eyes. And if you really listen to the trajectory of the paint coming in and which side it's hitting the paint, which side it's hitting your bunker, you're going to be able to know, especially because you should have walked the field well enough to know, okay, well, if I hear the paint coming in from this way, there's a guy at the stand-up Temple, and if it's coming in from this angle, I know they've got Snake 1. That way you don't even need the head check. You just know that's where they're coming in.
And that comes from, teams asking, players asking, what could they work on? Well, work on when you run with your head up. You can see the field. You'll see what guys you eliminated on the break. You get into these key bunkers wherever you're playing, and it's photographic memories. You got to take them quickly.
Yes.
And it is a chess match. And you eliminate the snake corner. All right, I'm going down the snake because there's no one that can touch me. And a lot of guys just don't grasp that, and it takes time.
It does. It takes time. It's really hard. I was talking to Kyle Spica from the Ironman yesterday, and you can't teach consistency.
No.
And those little small additions to your game that you're talking about, gaining all this information from different sources, that is part of that consistency because that's part of your knowledge intake.
Yep.
And you have to do that. So, and Kyle Spica is like one of the most talented guys out there, and he's getting to be more consistent. But it's one of those things that you just have to constantly work on.
You have to work
constantly
on it.
Progress. All right, you are looking at damage on your screen right now. Big Dave Baines standing up over everybody, about to roll his gun. Look at that.
Three in the back center.
In the back center, rolling their guns, and then immediately filtering bodies out. Let's see if they were able to shoot anyone off the break, and not able to shoot anyone off the break. So 5 players alive for Nexus for the first time in a while. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. And struggling to get out right there was Damage. Now you're looking at Nexus on your screen. Look at that cross-field spread. Nice job. 5 players alive. They're all rolling their guns. They need to get into Snake. It's Devin Stutz right there in the stand-up can.
And Nexus makes the snake. Finally, Tavares gets into the snake.
Yeah, so he's able to make it in there.
Now let's see if we can go to work here.
And now El Yusuf able to get into Snake 1.
Oh, and he shoots the back corner, so he does get that kill. Nexus, so eliminates the first damage play in the Dorito corner. That was a good shot all the way across the field there.
Yeah, I think this is actually Axel Godin here, one of the Tauntaun players, is in Snake 1 for London Nexus, and finally able to do work. This is what they were hoping he was going to try to do all game long. And long points right now are London Nexus's enemy. They really are going to need to find ways to advance into the guns of Damage, and that's a tall order because Damage is one of the hardest teams to fight into their guns. You're looking at an old school Strange paintball. A lot of the players on that team originally came from Team Strange, and they used to play a real hardcore lockdown
They have
style.
a lot of patience.
Yeah, a lot of patience. Great gunfighters, a lot of patience, great shots, and it's really hard to go into their guns. And especially when you got guys like, Dave Baines out there right now, who's in that small cake over here on the Snake
thinking,
side of the field.
why am I in this small cake?
Yeah. Rolling his gun. You can see he's like, God, I really want to get to that Aztec. If I can just get to that temple, I think this will be much better for me. Bigger bunker, bigger guy. And you're looking at El Yusuf right there. He's backed up off that bunker. Look at that. That's smart play. Let's see if he can let's see what he can do here. Oh, he's battling out of there. He's kind of living on the edge. Look at
Dave
that. Dave is just talking it up right now. That's smart. That's what you want to do.
He's saying it's not his gun. The ref's even signaling, nope, you didn't get him.
Dave using that. Dave's got, they lose Timmy Probst out of the insert bunker on the Dorito side. So it's very uncharacteristic of Damage to be getting shot out of their bunkers. And here comes, look at this huge move by Devin Stutz all the way. Is he able to take him down? He does and lives, but then gets taken out by Dave Baines. But Dave Baines gets taken out.
Devin gets a red flag.
So Devin trying to do a little bit too much there to pull off that move, and major penalty assessed as he sprints to the penalty box.
And single-handedly just wiped out. But Dave Baines gets eliminated.
So they wipe off El Yusuf and Dave Baines as well. So
what is going on here? They're still going here.
So El Yusuf.
Now they put Dave back in.
And now the referees, and they're arguing with them. No, they're wiping him off. So it looks like what looked like was a good move by Devin just, again, got shot and took a couple more steps, and that's a major penalty drawn for him. So
that's a move. I like what he was thinking, but that's a move for someone else. That move across the field like that was a little bit too much.
Yeah, he did bite off a little bit, and we always say small bites. When you're trying to make a big move like that, like I understand, hey, you're down points, you see the opening, try to make something happen. I like the mentality there, but El
Yusuf takes out Nexus trying to get to the snake.
Oh, but then he gets clipped.
It's a one-on-one now.
So it's one-on-one. Dave Baines, and I think might be Clint Moore over there. Oh, and Clint gets taken out. So Clint Moore, after a great shot on Rumsey El Yusuf, gets taken down by Dave Baines. So Dave Baines survives the onslaught. and is able to. And that's
why you pay Dave Baines.
And that's why you pay Dave Baines. That is why you pay Dave Baines.
You pay Dave Baines to do that, and Nexus does not pay Devin to do that red flag to them.
Yeah, and look, you see, there's Dave Baines. Exactly, Dave Baines, and you look at that. He didn't even put how tall. It just says tall, pretty much. Yeah, you know, Dave Baines is one of the biggest guys out there. He's like a heavyweight UFC fighter, man. He's a big guy, 230, probably about 6'2", 6'3". Big boy, but he plays small, you know, for a man of that size, and that's a good point. I think that a lot of guys out there, if you're watching you're looking at the best paintball players in the world, if you're looking at these guys and you're thinking, hey, I'm big, I can't play the game of paintball at the highest level, well, yeah, you can. Look at this. Devin Stutz on the replay, boom. He's talking about fast for a big boy. Devin Stutz, it looked like it was a good move, but man, you can see the red flag goes in the air, a little quick beat for Devin. He's like, oh God, I didn't really get a major penalty. All right, let me sprint to the box. So he runs all the way to the box, and you can see there's the eye in the sky view. Yeah, man, Devin can move for a big guy. And then the penalty in the air and red flag signals you just got destroyed and got your team a major penalty.
The problem where right when he started feeling all those paintballs hitting him in his stomach
is when you need to put your hand up.
Those 4 or 5 that I saw,
yeah,
which was right about 10 feet away. He should have just put his hand up because he got him. He hit him.
Yeah.
All he had to do was just put the hand up
man.
and go walk off. And we talk about this every webcast.
Stay
out
totally
of the penalty box.
Pet peeve for sure.
The teams that will win this event are the guys that are going to stay out of the penalty box.
Yeah, and that's actually been, there was a minor penalty on damage earlier on, which did not stop their momentum, but it's been a relatively penalty-free day, first game of the day so far.
And Devin, by doing that, he just did his team a great favor by letting them start the next point with 4 guys.
And now they're 1 point away from losing this match.
And here, let's see, here he comes, yep. As commentators, when you're great, we're going to praise you. When you're bad, we're coming after you.
It's a simple equation.
Yeah.
All right, so on the breakout, only 4 bodies for Nexus, and here comes on the power play damage. You're looking at Nexus on your screen right now. They lose a body off the break, so only 3 players on the field right now battling for London Nexus, and here comes Tampa Bay damage.
Looks like Jason Edwards. He wants to get this game over real quick.
Look at this move by, I think it's Jason Edwards. Nice job by Jason Edwards past the 50-yard line and able to take out that back corner player on the Dorito side. So it's just Clint Moore left alive, and that is going to do it for London Nexus as a amazing performance here by Tampa Bay Damage as they 7-1. A pretty strong London Nexus team. You know, I mean, a lot of guys out there, if you're familiar with American paintball and you're not too familiar with European paintball, you might be saying, oh, well, you know, Damage won the last event. They should have rolled up Nexus. But, you know, Nexus picked up 2 of the best players from the Tauntauns to play for their squad. And with, they had Axel got in, who's one of the best snake players out there. You know, one of the best snake players in Europe. And they just did not have enough for damage today, and really the story of this match was, again, the gunfire that comes from Tampa Bay Damage is really what you need to fear when you play them. They're just able to always consistently get kills off the break, and we saw it against, when they were playing Dynasty in the finals in New Jersey for the last event, which they won. And you're looking, there's Jason Edwards right there, talking about underrated players. And actually, I wouldn't say Jason Edwards is underrated anymore. Maybe 2 years ago he was, but he's really a guy who was a bigger guy. Jason Edwards started his career as a kind of a plumper back guy, and now he's yoked. He's like at 180 diesel, 6 foot. He's a gym rat and peak physical condition right now, and he really made his body into a physical specimen so he could get out there and dominate at paintball, which he has been doing for years. I remember when he was playing for the Philly Americans and was coming up and getting respect, and everyone started to know who he was. And then he went to Damage, because he's from Florida, and I was like, that's a great pickup for Damage. So do not go anywhere. We are going to have great paintball coming at you all day. Next up, LA Infamous going to be taking on Chattanooga CEP. And do not go anywhere. I'm Matty Marshall with Steve Rabikoff here at the 2011 PSP World Cup. Be back in a few moments.